Hello, everyone. It is Monday, September 7th. I got it. I figured it out. September 7th, you guys. And this is Facerollin. So, let's talk about what we played. Let's get right to it.
Great.
Kelly, you first.
I only really have one game to talk about,
Don't
and
say
that's,
WoW or Final Fantasy.
oh my god, it's neither of those.
Don't
So,
say the other thing.
the other
Euro,
thing?
Euro Truck Simulator, is that what you're thinking
No.
of?
Oh yeah, I played all of those things, plus Lego Marvel's Superheroes.
How's that? Wait, what
It,
kind of game is it?
it's a Lego game.
No, I get. Is it like an MMO game or is it like one of the other Lego games?
Okay. It's not an MMO, but I really, really want to play a Lego MMO now.
There
Like,
is a Lego MMO.
there is?
Actually, it might have went out.
Wait, Lego MMO. This is gonna get looked up right now. Oh, Lego Universe. Yeah, there totally
That's the one.
is. Dang. And it went down in January 2012. That is
Nope.
really
Uh, th-
sad.
there's a Lego Minecraft though.
Isn't that kind of redundant?
No, because now it's like a Lego aesthetic. It's actually really cool.
Oh, okay, cool. But yeah, I've been playing Lego Marvel Superheroes. It's basically if you guys have played any of the Lego games like Lego Batman, that's the only other Lego game I've played, so that's my only other reference to
Dude,
it.
it's all about Lego Star Wars.
They are all like that, and they're all fine. They don't
Yeah,
need to change.
yeah, they're great. I love this game. Like I love the writing in it. It's cheesy and it's really well informed by comic book history. So like there was a joke about how they were in the Statue of Liberty, right? And it was all really dingy and rusty. And Wolverine is like, "Wow, this place is it's older than I am, haha." But get it? Because Wolverine's like 200, 120 years old, you
It's
know?
true.
And that's the joke, you know? And like they have Deadpool in like various places, and it's all totally tongue-in-cheek. It's totally not serious at all, and it's fantastic. Like I know that it's like appealing to the lowest common denominator, but it's just so funny and good, and then there's just something for everyone in this game, you know?
Oh, man. If I can butt in for a second,
Yep.
one of my favorite achievements in that game is to have the Human Torch and Captain America out at the same time, and the achievement is called "Don't I Know You from Somewhere," because they were both played by Chris Evans.
That's great. When you select Wonder Woman, doesn't it do the like Wonder Woman jingle in that
Oh
game?
yeah. Whenever
Yeah.
you fly around as any of the characters, oh well, that's the Batman one.
Oh,
Or
okay.
that's Batman 3.
Yeah, that is
When you
DC,
fly
not
around
Marvel.
characters, it plays their theme song.
Oh, that's great.
And so as you fly around as Wonder Woman, it's like Wonder Woman.
Oh, that's awesome. But I've been playing that. I've been sick, so I've been streaming it pretty much nonstop this weekend. And from what I played, it's amazing. Like every single level has been fun, and I can't really say that there's anything that jumps out at me as bad about
Yep.
this game. This game is fantastic. I'm normally really terrible at platformers. Like I'm bad at platformers, and I will own that. But this game, because it's aimed for kids, is like super easy. But it's not like panderingly easy. You still need to figure things out, but it doesn't punish you if you screw up a lot, which I do, you know. But it's great. I love it.
Have you played any more Euro Truck Simulator?
Yes, I have. I
Because
have
a new
played.
game came out, and if you like Euro Truck Simulator, you're gonna love this game.
Oh my God, what game is it?
I just linked it in chat.
Uh, Shower with your
Oh.
dad simulator? Oh, I think I heard of this. Hold on. Apparently, I need to input my age to take a look at it, which makes me think it's pretty true to life. Oh
It is
boy,
very true to life.
this has a video. Oh my God,
Sure
there is
does.
it. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is a little boy and a grown man with some pixelated genitalia. And
And
you
it's funny
always have
because they're already pixelated to begin with.
Oh, so you basically have to match your dad with the kid's self of you because what
Yeah.
happens, wrong dad, okay, I don't, this is really terrifying.
There's 3 dads and 3 kids. Each time you spawn and you run to your dad, and then you respawn as a different kid and you run to that kid's dad. That's it. That's the whole game.
I'm sure it's all over Twitch.
Probably.
My dad never showered naked with me, so this fills up a great hole in my life. Also makes everyone message you and wonder what the fuck you are doing. I love the comments in here.
All right, Trevor, what have you played?
Oh boy.
Wait, but can I go first so I can go to bed?
Yeah, you can go first, love.
Okay.
Can you guys hear Evie from there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Go ahead.
I'm not that far away from the mic.
I know, but it's facing this way.
Evie, you're free. You're free from the clutches of grad school.
I am, and oh my gosh.
And now she's teaching it.
I'm teaching, well, not grad school, I'm just teaching normal school now. But it means I have my nights back, which means I can play games again.
Dude, how does it feel to, you know, have a life now and be working normal hours?
Well, I've learned that gaming isn't exactly like riding a bike because I like suck at some games I used to be really good at,
Oh no.
which kind of hurts my ego.
You can do it, Evie.
I don't know. It could be though because I tried to install some mods and the mods were just evil as fuck.
Oh, it fucked up her Mountain Blade game.
Oh my god.
Oh no, what
Well,
happened?
no, okay. So what happened is the Mountain Blade games that I've been playing have been on my Mac because it came out for Mac and that was amazing. But now I have Steambox again because we finished moving. So I was like, well, I should probably start Mountain Blade on Steambox. But then I was like, you know what? I've played Mountain Blade a lot. Like my Mac one I've stopped playing because I've beaten it twice now. So I'm like, I want something new. So I went into the mods and I found 2 different mods. One was like more women for Mountain Blade, and I was like, okay, whatever, I love Sword Sisters, let's try this. And then the other one was Native Expansion. And Native Expansion sounded really cool. It had a bunch of new things, like they added different aspects of governing your own country. It allowed for you to stay the night and like pay for night stays in towns you owned, like, and add different buildings and stuff. It just added a bunch more things to the game. But it also added something called brutality mode. And you could turn it off for the first
Wait,
3 levels.
brutality mode?
Brutality mode. It also adds Dark Knights, which you can choose to turn on and off, which is essentially like super organized mercenaries that come in and just wreak havoc on everybody. Which I turned those off right away because I was like, I don't know how to play this game anymore. And then it had brutality mode, and they was like, you know what, you can keep brutality mode off for the first 3 levels. And I was like, that's great because I'm gonna need it for the first 5. So I spawn in, I do my usual things, like thinking it's gonna be pretty normal the first 3 levels. I get in to the land I choose. Again, everything's normal. I have the normal beginning quest. I leave the major town, and there's groups of like 30 to 40 mercenaries like wandering around. And not just like, you know, beginning looters, the ones that don't have shirts that are really easy to kill, but like knights. And I myself, one lonely little person trying to recruit people. So I just get kidnapped immediately and taken on this terrible journey. And then I finally get, you know, my 8 people, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to outrun these things, because fuck these guys. And I just, every time, I was training villagers, right? I had an army of 14 recruits, because whatever, it's the beginning of the game. And right away, when the invasion finally happens after you've trained the recruits for a number of days, it's not looters that come in, it's mercenaries, trained mercenaries with horses and spears and really good swords against tiny little villagers and my 12 recruits. And so we got slaughtered. And I was just like, this isn't my game. This isn't what I remember. And it made me
But
sad.
do you feel like it's more true to life, though, in the Middle Ages? You know, like that?
You know, maybe if they had like 2 to 3 groups of 40 mercenaries, maybe. But this was like Jacob watched me, and there was one point where I walked out into a valley, and I got swarmed.
It was like 20 groups of like 30 mercenaries.
I
Wow.
was like, oh my god, what's
Good God.
I think that mods for Mountain Blade Warband have some sort of problem with the mercenary groups because it seems to happen a lot.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
So
when
then
you
I'm
played
like-
that Game of Thrones one.
yeah, I once installed a Game of Thrones mod where the mercenary groups got as big as like 300, and so they were
Jesus.
walking around with like Robb Stark and Tyrion Lannister as hostages.
Oh my gosh. That sounds
Okay.
kind of amazing.
Okay, you know what? This one is brutality mode. This mod is clearly not for me. I'm not good at this game anymore. I need to tone it down. So I get rid of that mod and I boot up more women in the game. I'm like, whatever. This is all it does is it just adds different talent trees and it adds like different female companions you can have. What's the worst that can happen? Same fucking problem. Gigantic mercenary groups. the
With
minute
women
I
in them this
start.
time.
But now it's sword sisters.
That's awesome.
Extra shit.
Yeah, in my game, I was fighting someone, or no, I was raiding a village, and right next to me was like a mercenary group, just like I don't know, like 60 of them, and my group is 60 people. So I'm just raiding this town, and this mercenary group is just waiting, and then the moment I'm done, they rush me, and then out of nowhere, like 6 more mercenary groups show up.
Oh fuck.
I ended up winning, surprisingly. Mostly because I had a horse and I would just strafe around them.
Yeah, if they hadn't had horses, it would have been better. But all of these groups had horses.
Yeah, you kept choosing your starting city as the Kirjit Khanate.
No, I didn't. That was only the first time, and then I was like, "Fuck this! No one gets a horse but me." I went
That's
to
why you pick the Vagers.
the Vigers.
Yeah, every time.
Well, I went to Swadia because I was like, you know what? They're pretty far away from They're pretty far away from the Kirgit Khanate. And you know what type of mercenaries were over there? The fucking Kirgit Khanate. What the fuck? It's the other side of the fucking globe.
They were like, we heard you trying to get away from us.
Like, we heard you like horses. So yeah, after that I was like, fuck this game. I clearly need to just go back to my Mac version where I'm already established and have an army. And then I was like, let's play Banished, which I think I've talked about before on this site. But I did find a really cool mod for it made by Red Apple, which is
Solid username.
solid username. And
Sounds like a brewing company.
right? But it adds a whole bunch of new textures, and it makes you able to build houses on top of each other, so you can build like an actual medieval town instead of just a bunch of tiny houses. And it added a thing called fisheries, which just they're amazing. They're like the best food thing ever invented. They give you about 2,000 fish a year if you have it fully stocked with people. It's only 4 villagers have to work this thing. And so yeah, 12 stars for that mod, making my life easier. So yeah, I played a lot of Banished, and then I beat Banished, so now I'm done. You don't really beat it, but I beat it.
I'm not good at Banished. I can't get past like the first winter in that game.
Yeah, I got hit with a tornado
It's
and
true.
people committing suicide in the tornado.
One woman was like, don't worry, guys, I can stop the tornado.
I was like, no, please don't go that way. And she's like, no, I got this.
I'm an airbender, don't worry.
Oh no.
Went into the tornado and died. I was like, I warned you. There was nothing that
Fucking
there was,
Rebecca,
the
man.
only thing that was out there was the tornado. Rebecca was clearly really interested in that.
I think she wanted to pick up the wood it like produced. I don't know.
No, tornadoes produce nothing. They only destroy. They only destroy and kill. So yeah, that's been good. A lot of Banished. I think I'm done with that for a while now, though. So I gotta find another thing that isn't Mountain Blade because I haven't forgiven it yet.
Cool.
Yeah, I think that's it. DS games, but the same DS games. Yeah. Okay, you can go now.
Oh, I can go now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've talked about my things.
Okay.
My 2 games.
Yeah. Well, there's only really one that I want to talk about.
Is it Final Fantasy 13 too?
No.
Oh.
Not.
Is it Metal Gear Solid Titty Simulator?
It's Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah.
I
Titty
believe it's called
Simulator.
Titty Simulator. I think.
Okay.
Wait.
The Phantom
They have
Titty.
titties now?
Phantom titties. Oh no, you just have titties that follow you around.
There were.
You can replace your dog or horse with titties.
They don't
Like-
Kelly, let me
Wiggle.
eliminate you.
Are they disembodied titties? Like,
There.
They might as well.
They just loom onto the screen whether you want them to or not.
they're just like floating behind you, like your fairy god titties or something.
They're attached to a character named Quiet, who is a sniper who doesn't speak.
And who doesn't wear clothes.
But I.
Okay, I'm gonna turn on my video just so you can see how. That's not okay. Like, we live in the
Because, Kelly,
21st
when
century.
you find out the reason why, your mind will be blown. You'll be like, oh, of course, Kojima, how stupid
Right.
it was to
Hideo
criticize
Kojima was
it."
like, when you find out why she's naked, you're gonna feel like a fool. And
Kelly,
what
watch this
boy can
video.
make you like fools?
Such a twist. Such surprises.
This is.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
Trevor. You
It's
actually
okay.
wanted to talk about
I'm just gonna watch this video.
Okay.
Oh my god! It totally is just titties!
Yeah.
She has titties
What?
and can shoot a gun really well.
And she can't speak like the perfect woman.
She
Oh my
can't.
Stop her clothes! Why is she... Wow, look at that jiggle physics. Holy shit.
Dude, that's next gen shit right
Oh
there.
my god.
When she's not with you, she sits in a jail cell tanning with her top off.
Listening to Kids in America.
Dude, it looks like she's lathered up in baby oil right now. This
I'm
is
sure
not
she
rain.
does something different eventually.
This is like
I don't
oil
think so.
rain.
I think she eventually does something different that is equally suggestive. Eventually.
Probably.
Dude.
She probably, like, licks her lips or something for a while.
Or
And
like
now
she
she's
tastes like the dog
invisible.
did.
She's invisible and naked, much
Yeah, she
like
can turn
most
invisible.
women
Like
in,
any
in
perfect
video
woman,
games.
she can't be seen.
All right, so Trevor, are you going to try to justify this to us? Because I really want to hear that.
No, I was going to talk about all of the rest of the game, actually.
I like this is like watching a train wreck, but instead of trains, it's just this woman's chest, you know? Like, okay.
Trevor, talk about the game.
Okay. Quiet does not show up until mission 11, so she's a pretty recent addition to the base.
And you
But
can kill her, and then you
You
never have
can.
to deal with her, any of her storyline. Because she's so important.
yeah, when you meet Quiet, it is optional. Like you have a choice to make as to whether or not to shoot her or to save her.
It's sort of like asking if you want tits in your game or not.
Maybe. I don't know. But anyway, Metal Gear Solid 5, like if you are a Metal Gear fan, like this is a very strange Metal Gear game, even for a game with Metal Gear in the title. Because like what I was kind of expecting, having played most of the other ones, is a very linear, like storyline driven game, and this is not that at all. Not even remotely. Like, the start has a little bit of story, but the majority of the game is actually all about you building Mother Base.
Mother base.
Mother Base, yeah. So, which I assume will eventually become Outer Heaven, because that's where the first NES game picked up.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, I've never actually played Metal Gear Solid,
It's
so
okay.
Okay,
Just
I-
imagine everything crazy and you're fine.
We would need like 5 hours for me to recap everything that's happened in Metal Gear, but I'll start by
Kojima
just
doesn't
saying.
understand genetics. lots of clones. For some reason,
Stop.
bipedal.
Stop. No,
Wait,
because if we
wait,
do that,
can
we
Can I
can't.
just interject really quickly? Two more points. So I'm watching videos of Quiet being naked, right? And so like Quiet is just surrounded by all these men, fully clothed, and she is literally just standing there in a bikini. Like it's totally normal, you know. And she's just like, I'm treated just like one of the guys
That's
in my
right.
bikini. And secondly, you know, I would not have so much a problem with this if her boobs were just like real, like the boob physics were real. Cause like I'm looking at how they're doing her boobs, right? And like you know how Evie, you know how boobs fit in bikini cups,
Yeah,
right?
I do.
Yeah, and like
Just
when
not
she's
like
bending
that.
over in the rain and stuff, it's like not hanging like normal boobs. Normal boobs kind of like become these weird like globulous hang skin things when you bend over, and these things are just like they're just like flat against my like my chest, like perky as fuck, you know. And it seems like the bikini is like painted onto her model.
Pretty much.
So okay, go ahead.
Okay. Metal
I
Gear.
just-
Metal
I
Gear.
just- I just don't think you can like have this game, these tits overshadow this game so much already. Can
No,
you
it
come out from underneath that shadow, Trevor?
Metal Gear 5 is a video game. It's a video game. You can play it. It's available on a lot of things. It's a game.
Trevor is so frustrated by this conversation.
Okay, go ahead, Trevor. Sorry.
I do actually want to hear about the actual game.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not. I will. Okay. All right. Metal Gear Solid 5 is supposed to be the last Metal Gear game. I'm sure Konami will eventually try to make another, but it's the last one by Hideo Kojima, who is the creator of the series.
They'll just make a Metal Gear pachinko machine.
Yeah, they'll definitely do that. There's
Oh
gonna
my
be.
god, that would be amazing.
Oh, that's happening. That's happening.
Wait,
like,
that's actually happening?
Konami is going to eventually just make a pachinko machine for all of their properties because they're out of creative talent now. So the next step in Konami's life is to just make pachinko machines of Castlevania and of Metal Gear and, I don't know, Just Dance. I don't know.
Okay, Metal Gear. Metal Gear.
All right.
Let's talk about it.
Metal Gear 5 is nothing like the previous games that are more like linear and like story-based. The game is more open world. So like you pick a mission, and then you're like deployed in a helicopter. You pick your loadout, and then you are just dropped into Afghanistan, and you do this mission. And there's very little story between the missions. Like there's a few every now and then that will get a bigger sort of chunk of cutscene. But none of the cutscenes go to like Metal Gear Solid lengths. Like previous ones are known for having cutscenes that will go for like an hour. But this one, like the longest cutscene I've seen is maybe like 5 minutes so far. And so it's been very strange. It's not bad. It's just like very different from any of the previous Metal Gear games. Quiet is not that different from previous Metal Gear games. I'll just throw that out there. But yeah, like, all right. So we've already talked about Quiet. She has not done much in the game at all for me so far. I just did the mission where I saved her, and she's been kind of hanging out in my base since. But one of the things that's really weird to me is like, have you guys familiar with Metal Gear 3 at all?
Snake Eater?
Not
Snake
really.
Eater, yeah.
No.
Okay, so Snake Eater was all about this Snake who is in Metal Gear 5 and his relationship with a character called the Boss. And the Boss was an amazing like character. I love the Boss. And it's crazy that the person who invented the Boss also invented Quiet. I'll throw that out there. Like I don't think Kojima is always bad when it comes to like female character designs, but he's had a couple of missteps, and Quiet might be one. Might be. She is.
It means like 2 steps forwards, falling off a cliff backwards.
But like overall, the game is really cool. Like there's this weird like base building mechanic to it, where like you can attach this device to people, to soldiers, that like propels them in the air and takes them to your base, and then they're conscripted into your army. And so the whole game is about building this army in your base, and you can actually go back to it between missions and walk around and like see your guards and see your base grow.
And beat them up.
I'm about like 20 hours into it, and according to the main title screen, I've only completed about 18% of the game.
Nice.
So it's pretty long, but so far I'm really enjoying it. It's definitely a little bit harder than the previous Metal Gears. Like, guards seem to be able to see you from really far away now. But there's a lot of other things going on that kind of make it easier at the same time. Like, you can stop and scan an area, and it'll actually mark guards, and you can see them through walls. So, like, if you take your time and actually, like, scan a little bit, it makes it a lot easier to, get through an area. Not that I'm good at it at all. I'm terrible.
I hear the game.
But it's fun. I really enjoyed it so far, and I'll probably keep playing it.
I hear the
make
game
your horse poop
also.
on command.
You can make your horse poop on command. That's a thing you can do.
I hear it also like adapts to how you play. So like if you attack a lot at night, enemy soldiers will start wearing like night vision goggles.
Yeah,
Or if
I
you
have
do a lot of
actually.
headshots, they'll like wear helmets or something.
Yes, I have actually noticed more guards with night vision goggles because I almost always do operations at night. Because that just makes the most logical sense to me in terms of when to invade. Like, if you're going to try and sneak into a base, I don't see a whole lot of point in trying to go in at, like, the middle of the day. So I almost always go in at night. So, yeah, I have been seeing a lot of night vision goggles since then.
Yeah. And, like, there's, like, a lot of just weird reactive things from what I've seen. Where they just, like, react to your actions in, like, interesting ways.
Yeah, like it's like I was saying, it's definitely like a harder game. Like the guards definitely were a little bit dumber in previous ones, especially like the early PlayStation ones. But part of that might have just been like the limitation of the hardware. Like in the original Metal Gear, you could stand on a platform with a guard, and if he wasn't actually like on the screen, he wouldn't spot you. And they kind of started adjusting that to make the guards a little bit more aware. And in this one, like if you're 80 feet away and you're walking down the street, they'll spot you, like instantly, and it's a lot harder. But it's one of the cool things they added, and they included this in Ground Zeroes, is when you get spotted now, there's a split-second reaction where you get a chance to do something about it. In previous Metal Gear games, it used to be once you got spotted, everyone went into alert and the whole base was up in arms. But now there's a brief second where the game goes into slowdown when you get spotted. So if you land like a headshot or like a tranquilizer dart or something in that split second, the alert doesn't go off.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's really handy. So if you only get caught by like one guy out in the weeds, like perfect. You can take him out and stop the alert from happening. But if like 4 people see you at once, then it gets a little harder to deal with. But yeah, Metal Gear 5. I'm sure I'll have more to say about it as I get further in.
Sweet.
So there's definitely a picture of Snake in the Quiet outfit.
Yeah.
Yep, that exists.
Let me go ahead and link it in chat.
Great.
Everyone listening right now, please look it up. It is definitely worth a look.
It's good stuff. It's definitely good stuff.
Dad bulge.
But yeah, that's really the only game I want to talk about. That's it. I'm good.
Cool. I have 2 games that I want to talk about, I think. Sure, why not? 2 games.
Go for
I've started playing Persona 3
it. Yeah.
and Persona 4.
At the same time?
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, kinda. I'm playing Persona 4 with my girlfriend and Persona 3 by myself.
Oh, nice.
And Kelly, I feel like you would like it a lot, maybe.
Which one?
4. 3 is not quite as good. Basically, it's a murder mystery and a high school dating sim and a JRPG where you fight like monsters and demons and stuff.
Yeah, I remember Butchero was telling me about it, and he said it was good.
It's
Yeah,
got a pretty big following. It's it's sort of a cult classic sort of thing.
Yeah, it is really good. Yeah, you're like a high school student, and like you do high school stuff, and yeah, like you talk to people in high school. You're trying to study for high school stuff. You try to become more courageous or whatever, become more charming. While at the same time, during nights, you travel out into the TV and you fight demons and monsters and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, with a weird teddy bear mascot who's actually empty inside, literally.
Oh, I
Aw.
love Teddy. Teddy's great.
Yeah, it was so funny. He's like, "Hey, what's your name?" Teddy. Figures. And it's like all voice acted and like, pretty good. I'm enjoying it a lot actually. Persona 3 not nearly as good, but it's definitely like their like transition game, where they're like, hey, let's introduce this high school dating sim element into our games. But let's leave out the story because that's not important. But Persona 4, very good. I like it a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so like one of the things going on in Persona 4 that I always really enjoyed was like every night they watch this thing called the Midnight Channel. Well,
Only on
not
rainy
every night.
nights.
What's that? Oh, and
It's
rainy
on
nights,
rainy
right.
nights.
Rainy nights, there's this thing called the Midnight Channel, and when people watch it, they see weird stuff. And one of the things I've always enjoyed about that game, like just as a character study, is like what people see on that channel and how it relates to the different people you meet. Because each time it happens, it always relates to one of the characters that you know in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And it usually like puts like one of their greatest fears on display or one of their greatest like character flaws. And I've always thought that was a really interesting angle on the game that kind of made it. It made it so that like every time I was done playing Persona like 4, I was always ready to play it again because I wanted to see what the next Midnight Channel event would be.
Yep. Oh, it's so good. I want to play it more. But it's on my girlfriend's place, so I can't.
Mm-hmm.
Persona 3, it's okay. They like it's as I said, it's definitely like their like stepping stone to Persona 4.
Yeah, it's very obvious. I mean, the focus on Persona 3 is much more on combat and on just making it through that giant like
Tower.
tower
Yeah,
that
it's
you're ascending.
it's very much like make half of Diablo 1 a dating sim, and that's Persona
Mm-hmm.
3. You just climb a single tower, you get higher and higher, it's divided into blocks. I assume there's 100 levels, but there's probably more.
It's been a while since I played it, but I think that's right.
I'm currently on level 59, I think. There's a boss on it who's not weak against anything, and it's fucking garbage. It's not weak against anything, and it like takes like 2 damage from any attack. But yeah, like the way combat works is basically generic JRPG, but whenever you attack someone with an attack they're weak against, you get to attack again. So if you have like an attack that hits, everything, like all of your enemies at the same time, and they're all like weak against the same thing, then you can basically, not let them have a single turn.
Yep.
And it's pretty good. And then you get demons, which you then get to fuse into other demons.
And that's kind of a core concept of the entire Persona series. That's like the one thing that kind of has tied all of them together is that like collecting and melding demon mechanic.
Well, in Shin Megami Tensei series in general, that's what you do.
Right.
Persona is more like about the actual people, I think, as opposed to the storyline, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I've been playing those two. And
yep.
I can't.
I mean, those are long games, so I'm sure we'll hear more about them on the next show too.
Yes, and I played I played through most of Crash Bandicoot 3 in like one sitting.
Oh yeah, that's a great game.
Yeah, it's like my favorite PS1 game.
That was Warped, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I played a lot of Warped.
We're like the central room is like a time travel theme thing.
Yep. I remember getting the bazooka that allowed you to fire fruit.
Yep.
That was
the Wampa fruit. Speaking of Crash Bandicoot, did you get Tag Team Racing yet?
No, I didn't get tag team racing. I looked it up. It's hard to find these days. I might get it eventually, but no, I have not picked it up.
Okay.
Sounds great though.
It's so good. Might actually play it again. I have it right here. So yeah, those are the games I played.
Cool.
And I guess that's it for the first part.
Sure is.
Alrighty then, let's end it here. Like us on Facebook and SoundCloud. Facebook.com/Facerollin, SoundCloud.com/Facerollin, and this is the end. We'll be right back with our review of Luckslinger.
All right.